I'm getting every weather system you can imagine. High winds, pouring rain, wind-driven rain, overcast, beautiful blue skies. This morning it felt like October weather. Now it feels like August weather. This is the north for you. Is actually 1 day late. I postponed due to bad weather, but the weather's cleared up now. However, rain is on the forecast for tonight. It's not hampering me. I'm still going to go out there. I'm going to find a place to pitch a tent. I'm going to camp out. I'm here for 3 days, 2 nights. I'm going to throw a steak on the campfire and throw some fish in the frying pan. Welcome to Open Air Outdoors. Join me for today's adventure. Well, I found a campsite, a very well-established campsite. And it's good. You can sense it in my voice that I'm not 100% convinced. Beautiful. I got a nice view over the lake. Let me show you. Look at that. Awesome view. I'm somewhat sheltered from the wind. Not overly. I still got quite a bit of wind, but not bad. There's a gust of wind right now. I'll show you. So the wind is coming in. Picnic table. I got a pole set up. I got some firewood down there. It sounds perfect. Sounds too good to be true. I'm gonna take it, but you know what? It's not ideal for me. I think my issue with this campsite is where I have to put my tent. There's not a whole lot of options for the location of my tent. In my mind, I had a setup of putting up my tent and putting up my tarp partially over my tent, and I could have my campfire just a little bit beyond my tarp. And that way there, if I get caught in the rain this evening, I can sit under my tarp, still close to my fire and my tent at the same time. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet, make this work, instead of going out on the water and looking for another campsite somewhere else. Hi. Hello. Well, I have my shelter system all squared away. I looked at a couple of different options for myself where I was going to put the tent, and then I realized where all that pile of firewood was sitting, all those logs. Once I moved that and kicked the debris out of the way, and I realized that was my best spot. But I did have to take the axe and cut some roots out of the way. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do and jam the axe in the dirt. Well, sometimes that's what you gotta do. But there was no rocks, it was just dirt. No big deal. But I did have one mishap, and when I was securing my tarp, my tripod was not yet secured. I have it right now, one leg tied to that picnic table, but I did not have it properly secured, and when I pulled on my tarp, the wind grabbed everything and it toppled the tripod over and it hit the tent, and I busted a hole right through the door of my tent. Right there. I just ripped a hole in that tent. If you know a good method of repairing this, let me know in the comment section down below. I have something planned out. There's a river system at the other end of the lake, at the north end of this lake, and I want to go explore that, but I can save that for tomorrow. I'm here today, and this is base camp, so now that camp is secured, tomorrow I can concentrate on doing my exploration and fishing. Well, as you can see, I couldn't hold myself anymore. I couldn't contain myself. I had to get out on the water for an evening paddle, but I'm going to utilize an island here to shield myself from the wind. And my first catch of the day. Oh yeah, I love it. My first catch of the day, folks. Mr. Walleye. Hell yeah. Yeah. This is a walleye lake, and I knew it was a walleye lake. But now I'm gonna rig myself up. I take care of him, do some more fishing, do a little bit of paddling. I'm gonna utilize the shorelines as I can to shield myself from the gusting winds. And later, although I have fish in the net, I'm gonna be having a big fat steak for supper. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but I need the winds to die out so I can build a fire and have a good bed of coal so I can cook my steak. But for now, let me take care of this fish and then keep on fishing here. The winds have finally died down. I've been talking about the winds all day. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but things have calmed down there now. Even though I'm sheltered from this shoreline, there's still a little bit of a breeze, but overall it's calmed down. And this is the amazing time of day. I just absolutely love when I catch fish. Oh, it's awesome right now. It is humid. What do I have here? Is it going to be another Mr. Walleye? Yes, it is. Mr. Walleye. Oh, he unhooked himself. Perfect. Nice. Probably about 13, 14 inch. These are, some people will argue those are the best eaters right there. All right, hopefully I got some more fishing action for you guys coming up. Did you know with a walleye, if you hold a walleye by its belly like that, they don't move? Try it next time. Bye-bye, little fella. Grow big and strong. Oh, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Where are you hooked? Oh, there we go. That's another nice one. Oh yeah. Definitely. So I missed 2 in a row, and then I'm back in action. Come to Papa. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a good one too. Perfect. I see him. What? What's that, Lexi? Careful, hey, careful, he's got teeth. Look at that. Beauty. I'm gonna smack your nose, Lexi. I'm gonna smack your nose with him. Alright, I've been catching plenty of fish, and the sun's going down. Time to head back to camp, get a fire started. I gotta get some red hot coals to cook that T-bone. Well, let's get out of here. Lexi is in for a surprise. She doesn't know it yet, but she's about to get a T-bone. When I left the house today, this thing was frozen, and before I set out, or long before I went out on the water fishing, I took the steak and I left it on the table right in the sun and let it get nice and warm. I like my steak blue. That's how I eat my steak. However, it's pretty much impossible to do a steak blue on open flame. Be okay if I was doing that on a cast iron frying pan. On an open flame, well, I like it as rare as possible. But the trick to get it extremely rare is to have your steak at the very least room temperature. In my case today, it's warm and it's going to be awesome. Let's get this steak prepared, and while my fire is going, get some red hot coals going, and then we're going to grill this up. What I have is mushrooms and onions. Can't have a steak without mushrooms and onions. This is the point where I'm really happy that I chose to use this campsite and not continue on somewhere else and look for something else. Sitting at a table, boy, I tell you. Oh. Yeah, it's cooked a little bit more than I prefer. However, I have a hard time saying no to the char of an open flame. Oh wow. You know this is amazing. But I had a luxury of bringing my small cooler, which means I have a cold beer for tonight. And I have a cold beer. Well, hopefully it'll still be cold tomorrow's night for supper. A dark beer, locally made, giant fat T-bone steak, amazing. I'm going to turn that camera off because I'm not going to make you watch me eat. And I'm going to stuff myself. You sit. What do you say for a big bone? Hey? I can't hear you. You okay? Oh yeah. You go enjoy that, big girl. It was calling for rain overnight, and lots of rain, like 10 to 15 millimeters of rain. I came out here prepared to have to muscle through some ugly stuff. It was windy all day. And with those windy conditions, I 100% was anticipating a weather system to be blown in. But now the skies are absolutely clear and the winds have died down. If it stays like this, I mean, I can't see any rain in the forecast, but we'll see. Coffee's almost ready, but man, what a night. What a miserable night. Unbelievably enough, I slept really well. The weather was absolutely miserable. Look behind me, it's still blowing. Gray skies. However, the sun is trying to get out. Behind the camera, there is some patches of blue skies. Actually, here, I'm going to show you. Let's see if the camera will pick it up. Not really. Ah, there it is. So I do have some blue skies out there. But it poured. It poured. The weather forecast was spot on. At about 1:30 in the morning, it came down, and it came down hard, and it was windy. My tarp held up for the most part. At one point, I'm gonna say about somewhere around 4 o'clock this morning, I had to get up. I was awoken by the pounding right on top of me, and what happened is a pocket of water formed on the tarp in that rainstorm last night, and it pulled one of my tent stake out. The one on this side here, the tent stake got ripped out of the ground, and that big pocket of water came down and landed right on my shoulder, on the top of my tent, obviously, right on my shoulder. I got up, I said, what is that? And I was pushing it, so, oh crap, the tarp is down. So I had to get out quick, grab the tarp, flip it, and push that pocket of water on there. And then I grabbed one of the other remaining poles that I had taken down yesterday when I was redoing the campsite, and I threw it underneath the tarp and pitched it differently and went back to bed. I was able to just dry myself off. My shamag is soaking wet, and it's drying right now. Soaking wet from drying myself off from manipulating all my ropes and whatever in the middle of the night. So what a night. But I still stayed dry inside the tent, and I still got a good night's sleep. But now I'm gonna have my coffee, and breakfast is not gonna be too elaborate. I just got a Mountain House scrambled eggs. I'm just gonna boil water and eat that. Thank God I don't have to do anything elaborate. I'm just gonna kick back and wait for this weather system to push through, because it is expecting to clear up by 11 o'clock, and then I'm gonna push on. Hopefully the winds will die out sufficiently so I can paddle on and go explore that river system. A morning like this is the best time to just go easy, and Mountain House scrambled eggs, Jacqueline's bacon. So that's the bacon and eggs. When everything gets just drenched, this is a way to go. The sun's coming out, the weather's clearing up, but the winds are still quite strong. Out in the open lake out there's whitecaps. So as much as everything is clearing up, it doesn't do nothing for the wind. So I'm going to hash a plan, and I'm going to follow the shoreline where I'm going to be sheltered by the wind, and then follow along and go do my paddling for the day. There are still some dark clouds looming, but overall the skies are clearing up. More and more the clouds are white, and I'm pretty sure the day is going to clear up. I'm officially inside the river that I wanted to be into. When I come out, at least I'll have the wind to my back. I'll have a tailwind coming out. But it's now it's noon, and hang on here, the sun is getting into the camera lens. Let me move over. Lexi, move your nose. Come on, work with me here. So it's now noon hour, and I'm gonna grab a little snack. So what I haven't been telling you is why I'm here. I'm here exploring, but there's more than one motive to this exploration. I don't want to get too elaborate on it. I don't want to get too much in detail, but this is more than just an exploration. This is a scouting mission at the same time. And I just pulled over here because I saw a potential campsite. I saw what seemed to me like a man-made structure from the water, and sure enough, there's an old fire pit. There's one spot here. Potential. It's a campsite not the greatest, but it's a potential for the future. I'm gonna say nobody's used that campsite. That fire pit is about 3 inches thick of moss inside of it. I bet you nobody's used this site in 15 years, maybe even more. I did find an old can, completely rusted out. Yeah, it's very old. Nobody's been here in many, 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 many years. I pinned my location, this location, on my GPS. I'm gonna review it on maps once I get home. But for now, I'm gonna have my lunch and we're gonna continue paddling on into this river. Very marshy. And all I'm gonna say in relation to this scouting mission is we are in September, moving into the fall, and I'll just leave it at that. So I don't want to create any expectations out of the channel or whatever, so we'll just leave it at that. For now, I'm gonna eat. Not supposed to rain today, but there it is. Whew, it was raining pretty good there for a while. I'll keep it handy in case I need it again. Yeah, a little bit of water in the canoe, not too bad. Lexi's drenched. Hey, poor girl. Yeah, that's okay. You're a dog. You're meant to be wet. Except you're not supposed to be wet when it's time to go to bed tonight, so we'll fix that before bedtime. All right, so I'm turned around in my river system. Look at that. Forgive the raindrops in the lens if there are any. It's been raining on and off. And I'm turned around. It's time to head back where I came from. Time to head back to the campsite. And I want to do some fishing once I get back to the lake. I did some good progress here on the river. I did some scouting and I saw some moose signs in the way of carrots floating around. Carrots are, well, we call them carrots. They're the root of a certain plant that's out here, and they'll pull those out and eat it. And I saw some floating grass, and that's indicative of moose feeding. Speaking of which, there it is, right there's one right there that's been plucked out and chewed on. Alright, so I have a long ways to go here. I'm a long ways from camp, and I'm guessing I'm probably not going to be back on the main lake until 5 o'clock, which means I'm going to be having another very late supper. Check out the blue skies behind me. Boy, that's just crazy. I'm getting every weather system you can imagine. High winds, pouring rain, wind-driven rain, overcast, and now beautiful blue skies. Ah, my God. This is the north for you. This morning it felt like October weather. And now it feels like August weather. Yeah, sailing along. That's awesome. For the first time today, I'm sailing. Oh my God, this is nice. Just went through another massive storm. The darkest cloud of the day came rolling from behind me from the north winds all day, right? And I just put my poncho, I threw my poncho back on just on time, and it just came crashing down. Poor Lexi, just as she got dried up from the last rainstorm earlier today, now she's drenched all over again. She looks so sad. She's laying in the bottom of the canoe and these water droplets are coming down like grenades. But now I'm almost at camp, and I'm thinking I'm gonna call it quits. I'm just gonna go back to camp and lick our wounds kind of thing. And got everything out to dry. My PFD I never wore today because it was soaking wet. My blanket, it's a little bit wet because of the last windstorm that I got caught in out there on the lake. When it blew through, it blew my tarp right off, and my tent, I had left it open to let some air flow through there. A little bit of rainwater got in and got my sleep pad a little bit wet on the edge, and my blanket a little bit wet on the edge. So got my stuff out to dry. Everything that I can, gloves, you name it, boots. Yeah, raindrops. That is because another weather system came through. It was nice and sunny. Suddenly, winds picked up like crazy. The skies turned black. I actually dove into the tent, hunkered down, and I had to stay in there for about an hour and wait for this weather system to come through. I tell you, it's just crazy out here this weekend. I'm gonna have a fish fry like I said, but I'm gonna supplement my fish fry with spicy sausage pasta. So I'm going with English style fish by Clubhouse. And this one is a batter, an actual batter, not just a dry mix like you typically see me do. That's a big helping right there. So before I get started, the batter mix was a total failure. In the frying pan, the batter came off the fish. I read the instructions to see if I did something wrong, and basically you mix this like a pancake mix. Clubhouse English style fish and chips, and yeah, it cooked terribly in the frying pan, but it may taste good. Let's find out. I got a little bit of the crispy batter there. Yeah, it's good. It tastes really good. Actually, it has a good flavor. But I'm not sure what happened there with the batter mix. I put it in the frying pan, and when I went to turn my fish, the batter stayed in the bottom of the pan and the fish flipped over. I don't know. I'll have to try it again to find out. But now I'm gonna finish this because it really is good. How can you not have it good? It's fresh caught walleye. I have one more beer for tonight to go with tonight's supper. Let me chow down. I'll bring it back on later when I'm sitting by the fire just chilling. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, the sound of that wind, but it's still just whistling out here. That was a good supper. It was a little bit too much. I couldn't finish it all. And I did not share it with Lexi because that spicy sausage was a little bit too spicy for Lexi. She wanted some, but I gotta know when to say no to her, and it's hard. She's such a good girl. I'm warming myself up in the sun. It is brisk out here. The temperature was 6 degrees was the forecast overnight, 0 being the freezing point of water. It was cold last night, and the wind chill factor was probably freezing or below freezing. As you can tell, I'm dressed a little bit heavier. I still haven't made a coffee. I'm probably going to make a fire this morning to stay warmed up. Probably my butane stove is not going to work very well this morning, because once you get into these temperatures, butane doesn't work very well anymore. You have to switch to propane. So welcome to September. That is a good coffee. I'm fully energized, I'm warmed up, ready to go. Today I'm going to be making Monty Cristos for breakfast. Okay, so what do we need? Need some bread, need some cheese, need some eggs, and I got some sliced turkey. Let's get started. Alright, so first thing I need is some milk. Brutal part about shaved turkey. Try to separate it. Give it a good soaking. Both sides. Oh, my butter is like super hard. It's so cold out here. When you've been battling it out all weekend long in the backcountry, there's nothing like a hearty meal to make it all worthwhile. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.